All right, good evening, everyone. System Chalk here for the second episode of the Exile DLC, one that I'm very much looking forward to, but I am going to have to do a little bit of housekeeping at the start, even though we just did this. I recorded one episode over the weekend because I had a bunch of things that I needed to get done, and as it is, I'm recording this on Tuesday, which is normally the day off. Now, I think I probably have enough time in advance that, I don't think there'll be any problems with the quality of the video or anything like that, but I am very, very tired, and I've just run out of time to get these done on time. So I've got 90 minutes of recording to do. If everything, kind of goes according to plan, I will do my absolute best to try and keep these videos on time and at least within some boundary of I don't know, acceptability of quality. But just so you know, for the rest of the week, these are really being recorded at the last possible minute. But let's do our best. So, with Giorgio, we got the Chateau Terrasson. Now, get in, get the goods, get out. I don't think it's ever been that simple. So here's the big dilemma that I have. I don't remember anything about about Exile. But the more I think about it, the more it probably makes sense for me to actually just, jump in and just do things. The worst that can happen to me is I sort of sit idle, don't do anything, and then, wonder, oh, why did I, why did none of this turn out? Well, it's because I didn't try things. So... For the underworld connections, so add 6 forge and a space to begin a counterfeiting operation, a seaport opportunity, and a space to begin a smuggling operation, or a stolen year to compete in illegal fights. Nasty, but as long as I keep some years on hand, I shouldn't suffer too much permanent damage. Any failed challenges will result in a wound, which you won't be able to heal until the operation is complete. Edge aspect cards are often useful when competing in illegal fights. So restlessness doesn't give me edge. So yeah, I mean, the tricky part here is, do I really think that the profane weapon is going to be enough? Well, I've got apparently the 8. That can't be right, that the 8 edge would count towards this. I think I'm just going to try the Chateau Terrasson. This counts as a resource. All right, let's take a look at the description. The family of the Duc de Terrasson has long been rumored to breed monsters. They've employed French and German deserters to guard their mist-shrouded chateau. Okay. Alternatively, I can put Giorgio in. Actually, let's start with Giorgio. Get in, get the goods, get out. I don't think it's ever been that simple. What else can I do? I could... A weapon? This would be useless against the foe's protections, but I may regrettably have to shoot someone else at some point. If I use the edge, the deadliest of weapons. No reckoner is ever foolish enough to pass into the higher levels of the Mansis, to draw the attention of the true long, or their masters would invite annihilation. But my foe has some traffic with the hours of struggle and conquest. He enjoyed certain protections. Boldness draws attention. This will destroy any current obscurity and create a trace. Well, we don't have that. We do have just one slip. I've been careful but not careful enough, which is drawing in the Reckoner. I think we'll just leave everything there. I'm not ready to relinquish... Yeah, I'm not ready to convert that into cash. Wait, really? No, okay, that's healing. All right, let's see where this all goes. Medical credentials. Okay, walk the city seeking opportunities. Sometimes this will create a trace. So I think we're going to do this again. I mean, we've already got the negative effect, right? So opportunity medical credentials. I could take this opportunity to qualify extremely rapidly as a doctor. This has the opportunity and the helping hand aspects. So what's the deal here? Add an appropriate connection. For that, we would require a ruler or an official. Now, if we relinquish the underworld, I believe we could potentially get this turned into... How do I know that that gets turned into an official? Maybe that was when I originally got it? I don't think we'll quite take advantage of that yet. We'll see what else comes up. A busy night lies ahead. Ready. 3 momentum means success. There'll be complications before that. I've begun. Keep an eye on the operation. Complications will arise along the way. Okay. I think we're going to leave this be for now. Complication. The nameless name of the velvet has passed this way. Excuse me. This mist is the hem of her gray garment. It'll be hell to find a way through. Most complications can be defeated with enough of the appropriate aspect. But it doesn't tell us which. Okay, the velvet. Oh, needs forge or needs lantern. Okay, I have neither. Not entirely true, actually. Hammer and anvil. Once again, fire and ingenuity have served me well. Grand townhouse. Walk the city seeking opportunities. Sometimes this will create a trace. Okay, so I can acquire property. A townhouse provides significant space as a good place to take refuge or entertain guests. It provides both heart and grail. If you plan to retire here, it will also provide considerable comfort. I don't think I can take the house with me, and I would need for wealth, so I don't think I'm going to work with that quite yet. I'll reconnoiter again. I also need to find a way to make my escape. My pursuers, cautious or cowardly or uncertain of their proof, have done nothing yet. A trace. It's hard to pass through the world and leave no footprints. Okay. Sunset. Sunset when the light is richer. So 14.5 seconds. Interestingly enough, that will actually help me with the challenge. It's hard to pass through the world and leave no footprints. So that's 2 trace for us now. Not clear whether or not this switch was the right one, but... Another complication. What now? Armed men guard the place. So that we would need 8 moth, 8 edge, or 8 grail. The underworld connections help us with that. Violence is a solution. Noisy, messy, necessary. Now I'll have to clean my boots. Well, as it turns out, it was Edge that took us through that. It's not looking good, though, for... I don't know if we're going to be able to get past the remaining complication. Dread, I've seen too much. A nameless, gnawing fear has its teeth in my hopes. An existential horror. Now, the good news is that does give me Edge. We may not be able to use that. Okay, secluded villa. I can acquire property. Villa provides significant space, forge, heart, and grail. If you plan to retire here, it will also provide tremendous comfort. But, again... I suspect we're not going to retire here. So let's take a minute and see if there's anything else that I can do. So I think we've already talked about these options. There's that tingling sensation on the back of the neck. Someone's looking for me. The more traces on the board, the more quickly your pursuers will be able to move against you. Oh, you know what? I bet if I use Avignon, I'm going to be able to find the next location I would move to. Reinforcements. Reckoners have evidence that I'm here. They're summoning help to smoke me out. A quiet warehouse. I can leave space somewhere out of the way. A warehouse provides significant space, as good a place to rest up or work on noisy projects. It provides both heart and forge. So lots of opportunities to buy things, but maybe not quite what I need. So, okay. Send a discreet message from Avignon. If I run, I should run somewhere I have an old friend, or at least an old acquaintance. Right. So this is going to help me with my escape plan. I should have done that earlier, but let's... I'm going to try and run out the clock here and make the most of my opportunities, but it's all new, so nearly there. Okay. Creature of crushing strength lurks here. Some monsters are the Lionsmith's children, some are echidnas, some are both, others are worse. So, we've already got 8 edge, so in this case we would either need moth or... edge. Now, I don't believe we have moth anywhere, but even dread has its uses. Violence is a solution. A creature of crushing strength layers here. I'm more than a match for it. I know a woman named Ursulina in Venice, but she wasn't always a woman. She wasn't always a woman, but she's lived there a very long time. Okay, so we've got our next destination. We've also got a reckoner, so the search. I've seen a familiar face in the crowds. Too familiar. Let's see what happens. We can use Avignon again. Walk the city seeking opportunities. A hostile move. The assassin is moving against me. Direct reckoner attacks cause wounds if they succeed. They usually succeed unless you provide a card to defend yourself. You can also try to bribe them with a decade, though they may get greedy. So we've got a few options here. It is an empty space which makes the bowl useful. We could use lore, distraction, associates, weapons, or the decade. In the case of lore... Okay, so it doesn't actually... doesn't tell me one way or another. What works? I have health to work with right now, so I think let's try with the lore in the first case. We'll see whether or not we can preserve the weapon. Purchase Red Temptation, something viscous and sweet, a Grail curio. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here, I am going to relinquish a couple of stolen years so that I can get the curio at least. That travels. Right now we're just kind of trying to survive until we can beat feet. If we can't make any progress, my pursuer's stymied. I've used my skills to hold my pursuer at bay. Excellent. So yeah, essentially what I'm trying to do here is make the most of the region that I'm in, and then if I can't make it work, like if I can't find anything specific to Avignon that I need to do, then I should probably run. Something of a fuss, I fought off my attacker, but it's drawn more attention. Okay, more traces. This is what I came for. Got another trace, and the discreet office. So yeah, we're definitely not going to be staying in Avignon. There's no point in sticking around. Alright, safely away with my haul. Okay, so we burn the underworld connection. Georgiou is unavailable for 2 minutes. A Tarask relic. I have what I need. So this is worth 4 winter and 2 grail. And we got some cash for our trouble, which is good. That'll help me with my exit. And a beguiling curio. This will sit handsomely on my shelf if I ever have shelves again. So this is also interesting because of its comfort aspect. In fact, let's just... So the relic doesn't actually give us anything, but... So there is a small temptation to see whether or not I'm able to do anything with Georgiou. But as you can see, the traces are piling up. The assassin's moving against me. This time I'm going to use the profane weapon. I don't know if those are single use or not, so this is going to be another learning opportunity. Like I said, I want the Red Temptation. I'm probably going to need some extra cash to get the ticket to Venice. Okay, there we go again. Raise cash hurriedly. Smoky rooms, crumpled banknotes. Sorry. An antique guitar. A certain musician has fallen on hard times and must break her heart to part with his treasure, but a woman must eat. A heart rarity. Okay, it pains me to do this, but I am going to try and generate the cash to get both. I've used a weapon to keep my pursuer at bay. Something of a fuss. I've fought off my attacker, but it's drawn more attention. Okay, so it's readying. Lots of traces on the board, so I may not be able to buy both, but let's see what we can do. Dawn, 4 knock, and 4 lantern. Now that's probably not going to help us with anything. It's an opportunity. Watch the dawn. Is there something on my mind? I should have done that earlier. Temptation. Oh. Thoughts of peace. It's been a long time since I knew peace. This could be a fresh start. Okay with peace? I did just shoot a guy. Okay. Not much hope of holding off the Reckoner this time. So I got fascination for my trouble there. What are we gonna do? So I'm gonna take the 3 for the guitar first, and then I'll worry about the Red Temptation. Smoky rooms, crumpled banknotes. I'm tired of this. All right. So again, this is generating this is a very, very loud way of doing things, but something useful. And start here. I'm gonna need to do 3 of these. Okay, now the official connection would get me the medical license, but we lost the opportunity for the medical license, so we're the same. The attack's going to be coming in, so we need to prepare for that. All right, Gress guitar. A guitar purchased long ago from the house of Stradivari, shaped from softly glowing Lyrian maple and inlaid with a design of almond leaves and pomegranates. I'd heard one had been stolen from Grafen von Gress's collection last year. It might be the last of its kind in a playable condition. So, worth quite a bit. And it also has quite a bit of comfort, although again, we need to worry about survival more than we need to worry about fine things. My enemies wounded me. Oop. My enemies wounded me. I can't always be vigilant. I'm injured. I need time and safety to heal. So 7 of these will end me. We're at 2. We're probably going to be getting hit by this a few times. Okay, Georgiou. I don't think that's going to do anything. Georgiou wants this business over with. Is it done? We clasp hands. Your associate is now an ally. They'll follow you when you leave the city, unless you're headed for a final confrontation at the map's end. Interesting. More traces. More things I can't really directly use. Now, obviously, I'm really provoking the traces by investigating all the time. Also by burning the years. I owe you this much. Melancholy, Georgiou the Smuggler, a melancholy and philosophical smuggler of rare cigarettes, rare poisons, and rarer weapons. So, an associate and an ally. So it seems to me like this is my only option here. Unless I want the wounds to pile up. I'm a little surprised I don't have more cash. I thought we were already on our way to our second, but clearly we're not. My friend has lent me their protection. Okay, good. My associate defended me, which was decent of them, but now the Reckoner mob has more clues to follow. I'm hoping that an unavailable Georgiou is going to come with me on with the escape. Seems to me like I need to fire the gun. We're almost done. So we buy the Red Temptation, we give up 1 more year, and then we start packing for Venice. Okay, so purchase something useful. Use my weapon to keep my pursuer at bay. More traces. We could theoretically try for the medical credentials, but again, whether or not that's worth it at this point, probably not. So we burn one more stolen year. Curio, creme de carmine. I'd say it tasted like blood if it didn't taste so good. So yet more comfort for us, which is nice. 8 grail. Okay, so 3 items out of Avignon for what will probably be... Well, sorry, that's not entirely true. 4 items because we got the pistol as well, in exchange for 1 wound. So, with that in mind, I think we need to head to Venice. But again, we need to cover the expenses, so... And then, of course, we also need the time to... we actually need the time to travel. A Reckoner Assassin has evidence that I'm here, but they haven't moved against me. This can only mean that they've sent for their superior. When there are 3 traces on the board, an underboss can appear. So, just in time for us to get the hell out of here. Again, we've got some time for, you know, everything to get packed. Search. I know the signs. A minor Reckoner Lord has entered the city. My foe can't be too far behind. Okay, so, to Venice. Prepare to depart. Time to go. Have I forgotten anything? You can only take portable assets with you. Departure will end all ongoing Reckoner actions and remove all traces, but it will also abandon assets, locations, destinations, local contacts, and ongoing operations. May need this. You can take anything portable with you, but it'll lengthen your preparations. So I think we might actually be able to get by without the underboss causing us problems. The underboss is attacking me directly. Direct Reckoner attacks cause wounds if they succeed. They usually succeed unless you provide a card to defend yourself. So, here we'll throw the lore up. Let's hope that it works. Pursuer stymied. I've used my skills to hold my pursuer at bay. So I guess Georgiou doesn't count as a possession. Farewell. Theft or sabotage. An underboss. Rosalina keeps a little fish restaurant in the Canaregio? Sorry, Canaregio? You know my trouble, she told me last visit. Bacala was always my weakness. If I'd never tasted it, I'd still be living in the earth, no doubt of that. So, this wasn't intended this way, and I realize this is a bit of a rocky introduction, but there you have it. That's the first city. We've left Avignon in favor of Venice. I think I've gotten a little bit of an idea of how I need to go about things. I think that medical license might be a way that I can make money that doesn't sort of involve burning my years. But in this case here, you know, we'll make change for another decade, and we'll see. Basically, we'll see whether or not we can get stuff done with our contact. But that's it for today. So thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry for the somewhat scrambled nature of this and the next few episodes. But like I said, I'm really looking forward to Exile, and some Exile is better than sort of delaying for the quote-unquote perfect Exile. So we'll see you in Venice. Take care.